Welcome to another Chaos Draft. I've been really enjoying this format. Okay, looks like we have a Sengir Vampire in this 9th edition pack. I mean, as far as 9th edition goes, Sengir Vampire is probably one of the better cards you could open. It usually is an uncommon nowadays, but it doesn't matter. I mean, most of the uncommons is garbage anyway in core set. We don't have much else here. I mean, Llanowar Elves is obviously very good. Also removes Soul. And Sleight of Hand is more of a constructed card, but it's playable and limited. Think of it like an opt. A little different, of course. But we're going to take Sengir Vampire. And 4/4 flyer for 5. And when it damages a creature, it grows, which usually is when your opponent is forced to chump block. Because, I mean, if you're really lucky, you can end up with a Rabid Bite or some way, but usually Sengir Vampire only deals damage during combat. So that was an interesting first pick. Oh, we go straight into Khans of Tarkir. Now here's an interesting card, Kin Tree Invocation, black-green, and you create the XX, where X is the biggest toughness of your creatures. A little bit of a win more, but if you're playing triple Khans, which we're going to do next week, then you could have like a turn 1 disowned ancestor. I think let's see, let me get a preview pane here. Yeah, there it is. So you can see the cards. And Crackling Doom is very interesting, but it is free colored. Monster Swiss is more of a constructed card. I think Absent Battle is pretty good. 3/2 for 4, and Black-White is a fine combination. And has Outlast for 1 white, so it becomes a 4/3 lifelink. I remember that card being good on its own in this format, and I don't really want to go free color for Crackling Doom. So I think Absent Battle Priest, and if you end up with some random cards that has counters, it's also good. Okay, so here we have a Beetleform Mage, very good card. 1 green-blue for a 2/2 flyer, and it can get pumped up for green and a blue. But my eyes goes to this Pilfered Plan. It's basically a divination. You also get to mill your opponent for 2, or yourself if you got some graveyard synergies. So I like divination in this Chaos Drafts, pretty slow format. It's also Woodlot Crawler and Alive and Well. But with Alive and Well, you want to always be able to play the green half, because the white half is gravy. So you want to be able to play the green half. Woodlot Crawler is a little bit swing. I mean, if you're playing as green, it's obviously very good, but otherwise it's just a 2/1. So I'm going to take Pilfered Plans and maybe move out of white. Now we get Ixalan. Here's the opt I was talking about, which is a fine card. There is also Skittering Heartstopper, which I find to be a very good card in this format, because people tend to pay big creatures, and this trades for a big creature. It also is a black card, and I have 2 black cards, among one of them the best, Sengir Vampire. Cards like Thrash of Raptors and Tilonon's Light lose a lot of value in this format because it's hard to get synergies. So I'm going to take Skittering Heartstopper. It's also nice to have a 1-drop, because it helps you to not die to early creatures. This card is basically good both early and late. Wow, Ragman. I've never seen this card before. 2 black for a 2/1. For 3 black mana, you have to... Opponent has to reveal a card, and this card creature card is random. That seems very slow and very expensive. Circle of Protection is always interesting, but I much prefer those who has cycling. Scape Zombies, very bad, but Drudge Skeleton seems like a fine card. It looks like this card could be a blue-black control deck, and then Drudge Skeleton is fine. It blocks all the large creatures that doesn't have flying or trample, and it's also an early drop. And with Sengir Vampire, can maybe kill them in the air while Drudge Skeleton holds the ground. I don't like Boomerang too much. Here's an interesting card, Sur's Weirding. 3 in a blue for enchantment makes, if each player would draw a card, their opponent can pay 2 life to make them not draw the card. It's usually not a good card for control, because it's symmetrical, and you don't have that much life to play with. So I think I'm going to refrain from that. We have Flash Counter, which is basically Dispel for 1 more mana, but Mind Rot is just fine in this format. Slow, so you can get their cards, and also helps us to not be able to choose another color. Stormcore is more like a meme than a good card, but I guess it's not completely unplayable. I'm gonna take Mind Rot though. Alright, so cards like Wretched Camel is mostly gonna have no abilities. There's nothing wrong without weakness because it has cycling and it can do some work. Marauding Bonesaw is basically a free that can't block unless I have some random zombies, but I don't. I think cycling lands are very good, but I don't know if I'm going to be red yet. I could be red and then it would be good. Khenra Eternal is a fine 2-drop, but this deck looks kind of aggressive. I get kind of controlling. So I'm going to take the red there. So I just don't think I'm going to play the Khenra Eternal in this deck. I mean, it will be playable, but I already have Skittering Heartstopper and Drudge Skeleton, which makes me want to play control. Then I may not even want the random 2/2. It will be okay. But just in case I end up black-red, then Cycling Knight is excellent. So we're almost surely black. It could be white or blue. Some of the cards I have kind of more leans towards blue because Skittering Heartstopper and Drudge Skeletons are controlling cards, and so they go better with blue usually. Alright, so we have Altar Golem, which is unplayable, I think. Yeah. It's not great, but I think Grazing Kelp is playable. Just as a 2/3 with Persist. The ability is kind of bad because you could use it in original Eventide to put a Persist card on the bottom of the trigger on the stack. But a 2/3 Persist for 4 is good, and it is a blue card, so. Alright. Didn't wheel anything. I don't like Contaminated Bond in a control deck. I don't like it in an aggressive deck either. I guess I'm just gonna take Venerable Monk just in case I end up being black-white. And we now have 2 cards which life gain on them. So if you get some random M19 cards, we probably have more neighbors than you get in that set. Okay, Carry Dreadmaw is a little too defensive for my taste. I don't want to pay 5 mana for 4 for defend. Rugged Highlander doesn't really do anything right now, so I'm gonna take a 4/2 Hexproof. Just as a random playable. Maybe we'll end up with some kind of aura or equipment. And nothing to see here. We have a Golgari Cluestone, I guess. Bane Alley Blacker is a 1/3 for 2. That could be a good sideboard card, but we could also maybe splash green. So take a free one. Let's get some use for the signaling purposes, and looks like we're done with the first pack. Definitely black, kind of leaning towards blue, but we will see what we open. Use some removal spells. Don't really have any removal spells just yet. Okay, we're back, and we have Ill-Gotten Gains as our rare, which is not a good card in Limited. It's more a card in Legacy. Back in the day, when Storm used to play that. I guess you can maybe build around that. We also have Vampiric Embrace, which makes the creature into basically a Sengir Vampire. It is very good on Whirlwind Adept, which makes me kind of want that. I think Wizard Mentor is pretty interesting. 2 and a blue for 2/2, and you can return it and another creature you control to your owner's hand. So if your opponent has a removal spell, we're in for a rough day. The best card in the pack is Heat Ray, but it's also Veiled Serpent, which I think is kind of cool because it becomes a 4/4 defender if you don't have an island, but you can always cycle it. I think I'm going to take Vampiric Embrace. It goes very good with my Whirlwind Adept, so there is a good combo. Also, oh man, yeah, I was going to say it goes very good on my Whirlwind Adept, and I'm immediately so Emeria Angel. This is an incredible card. So this is a moment of truth. Do I take the Emeria Angel? This is the bomb. And go black-white, or do I take the Disfigure, which is a solid removal spell? Wow, this is tough. I don't think I could possibly splash anything. I have 3 of each. The blue cards are better, and also they work better with Vampiric Embrace. I just think this card is stone cold nuts, so I think I have to take it. Also, this means that this pack white should probably flow. So we go from Zendikar to Worldwake. Interesting. We have Shoreland Savage. It would be good if I were blue-black, because if it hits your opponent, you get to draw a card if you have an island. There's Jaguar Swarm, which is a Snapping Drake for black. There is also Pilgrim's Eye, which for all those of you who knew Skittering Surveyor know that card is good. Is there any blue I could splash? I could splash Pilfered Plans, maybe. So I think I'm going to take Pilgrim's Eye just for the possibility it gives me to splash something. That would be blue then. Maybe I could splash like a Pilfered Plans or Whirlwind Adept. So I'm going to take a Pilgrim's Eye. Sulfuric Vortex. Okay, so we have Sprite Noble, which goes incredibly good with Emeria Angel, but I don't think I'm ever going to be blue-white, so we can probably throw that out of the window. We also have Peregrine Drake, which is Plagued Pauper for a while. Raise the Alarm, which is fine. Deadbridge Shaman, which is okay. And Havoc Demon, which is a large card. That's a 7 mana for a 5/5 flyer, and it roughs the board if it dies, which seems fine. Yeah, this is a tough draft. I think I'm going to take Havoc Demon. I just picked up Pilgrim's Eye, which makes it easier for me to hit my land up. It is a very annoying card for opponent to deal with. And now this is Scourge, which basically has nothing good except Unburden, which is another Mind Rot, but this one has Cycle, so that's pretty good. Not a single blue card in the entire format. This is just not very good, I don't think. Pious Empath is pretty good, I guess. I'm going to take Unburden. I think it's a little bit excessive to have 2 Mind Rot effects, but this one's Cycle, so that's decent. This has been a tough draft, I have to say. Very tough. None of the white cards are particularly splashable, but I could see splashing some blue cards. Okay, so we have Darksteel now. So choose an opponent. Artifact card in your grave, or you get on battlefield. Artifact is not very common in this format. But Dross Golem, that card has to be decent at least. Affinity for Swamps and Fear. Fear is great in this format because it's hard for them to be the exact color. And we're gonna play black, so yeah, that seems decent. And we go immediately into Modern Masters 2015, I think. And do we have any spirits? Not that I can see. I think Plague Salk is a fine card. So it's an early drop, then you can kill their utility creatures. I don't think our mana can support Hardfire Hobgoblin. And Otherworldly Journey is fine. Maybe Otherworldly Journey is actually better. It protects my Emeria Angel and Sengir Vampire. Yeah, I mean, Plague Salk doesn't really have too many combos except for Emeria Angel, I guess. So I'm going to take Otherworldly Journey. Basically blinks one of your creatures until end of turn, and it comes back larger, so that's good. Especially when you have got some good creatures to blink. Okay, Fate Reforged. We got Soul Summons, which is a 2/2, and you also can get blinked up if the card is good. We have Harsh Summons, which is on color, which is X damage to anything, and you get to gain that much life too. If we don't play blue, we have 10 creatures, which is decent, but I think I'm just gonna look at the curve here. I think I'm just gonna take that card. It seems actually pretty good. And it can also deal damage to players. So at this point, we're not gonna play Grazing Kelpie. We're gonna play Whirlwind Adept. Maybe we'll play Whirlwind Adept if we get one more fixer. Here, there's not much except for Duress. I guess Absolute Law would be good, but Duress is... Oh, Whale Serpent too, but we're not blue anymore. Okay. And nothing for us at least. And we didn't really get anything. Bojuka Bog is a sidebook. I would never main deck Bojuka Bog, but if the effect is not worth coming in to play tapped. But if your opponent is playing some graveyard synergies, maybe I could bring it in. It's doubtful though. Ooh, Raise the Alarm, not bad. Carrion Feeder is not really for this deck. But Raise the Alarm works pretty good with Horse Sustenance. Maybe this card is not even that good. But it is decent in Whirlwind Adept. If I don't play Whirlwind Adept, I may not even play that. Okay. Yeah, unplayable, but at least maybe I get some insane artifact. And then I want to bring this in from the sideboard. And Mirror Enforcer is sadly not good enough, even though we have 2 artifacts. Rocks, that card is great. This is 10th edition. Also we have Incinerate. This is going to be the old Juggernaut. There's nothing wrong with that card, and there's not much else. And Ghost Warden is also pretty good. 1 and white for 1 gives +1/+1, but I think it's not as good as Juggernaut. The old Juggernaut, last seen in Dominaria. It was okay. I think Juggernaut has become a little bit worse because power creep of creatures, but it's still a solid card. Come on, give us something like Blood Baron of Viscope, or Pilfered Plans, or Obsolete Ghost Council. Some sick white-black bomb. Well, this is not the condom we were looking for. I like the blue one where you draw a card every turn. Oh, it seems symmetrical and bad. Do have a Havoc Demon. That seems like an engine. So you can sacrifice this to get a demon, put it into your hand, and when you play the demon, this comes back. What else is there here? Sumo Cutthroat is a little too aggressive for what we want to do. We don't need another Mind Rot effect. We do have an Arcane, but yeah. So I'm gonna take this card. I mean, I have a demon, and maybe I pick up a random another. You can also get a Changeling with this card, so I'll take that card. It's 3/2 for 4, can't be that bad. This pack is not great. There is Silumgar Sorcerer, but we're not blue anymore. Center Soul is fine. This card is fine. I think I'm just gonna take this card. Represent a nice life swing. We have Vampiric Embrace too. And of course, Sadist is just not good. Mr. Curfew. Dying Wish, no thank you. But this card is good. I mean, don't let the cost fool you. This is a black card. Can't get blocked by rogues, and this is not a format where there's too many rogues. There's also a fine card in Ors of Key-Rune, but that was one of the worst Key-Runes if I remember correctly. And I like Difficult Rogue. It goes well with our defensive creatures, and then this can just win the game on its own. And in Gatecrash there was some rogues, and there's not going to be any rogues in this format, of course. Guardian of Pilgrims is a random curve filler. There's some great blue cards here, but it's not going to do much. Raven Fullbloods. We have creatures, instant, sorcery, artifact, enchantment. We could get there. But there's also Skurstock Supplicant, which is a good way to get rid of excess lands. Yeah, that seems better. Hopefully I don't have to play this card. Ooh, Grey Merchant. I think we have enough black mana symbols for Grey Merchant. It doesn't take much, honestly. Also, Pharika's Curve, but it's a hard to cast, and it's not really necessary in this form. God's Willing is great, but this is not a heroic form, so it loses a lot of value. I think Grey Merchant is better. And not too many good cards. Rip the Seagraph, we can't flash it back. I guess I can take Midnight Guard. And Dominara. Ooh, Dark Bargain. That's a great card for us. It's a card draw spell. And also we don't have enough cards, legendary cards for Urza's Ruinous Blast. So let's cut the blue cards so we're not getting there on those. And then we have 23 playables. And Tempest of Light, sure. It says card that destroys all enchantments. Yeah, Dark Bargain was exactly what we need. Card draw spell. Kind of makes me wish I'd taken the 3-2 with Delirium. And alright. What kind of spirits do we have? Not too many. We basically only have Otherworldly Yearn. So. Probably not going to play Soulless Revival, but it's not unplayable. Oh, it's only Arcane. I thought it was Spirit or Arcane. So it's only Otherworldly Yearn. Alright. Taking random cards. Sort by color. I'm gonna be 9-8. I think we want to have double white for a Myria Angel. Ooh, they're gonna ban check place. Don't have too many enchantments, basically only Vampiric Embrace. It's a little bit of a win more, I think. So yeah. Yeah, no islands. I think it's fine to play Vampiric Embrace. It's just a random card that can win the game, and if your opponent can't deal with it, they're gonna lose pretty fast. That seems fine. Round number 1, and this is an early Gross Golem, turn 3 if I play all swamps. And then I can play this and search up my demon at some point. Opponent goes to 6 cards, 5 cards. This is a hand that could easily lose to 4 cards. I was gonna say this hand could still lose because I'm pretty flooded, but One going down to 4 is not a good sign for them. No, that could be good at some point. Not great now, but where were you last time? I can still play planes here because this costs 3. So maybe if my opponent mind rots me, I want to have a planes in play and discard some swamps. Morph, which cannot block fear because it's actually not an artifact creature. It's just a colorless creature. But morphs could be anything in this format. This is of Chaos Draft. So black creatures and artifact creatures. Only one that can block fear. So maybe my opponent's trying to block here, but it's not gonna work. If they have Ruthless Ripper, it will work because it's a black creature. Play Bloodspeaker here over Raptor Companion, has 1 more toughness and drains for 1 with Grey Merchant, which I'm probably gonna play next time. I don't think I need to get greedy with Grey Merchant. I think 2 for that drains for 3 is just good enough here. Especially since this thing is putting pressure on. Relic Runner is not great. And I will not sacrifice Bloodspeaker. I may do it later, but oof, okay. Well, that changes things. I'm just going to slam Sengir Vampire. And there is an old morph called Zombie Cutthroat. I don't think they're playing it, but it's morph that morphed into a 3/4 and you have to pay 2 life. So you could blow me out if they have that, but you can't play around things in Chaos Draft unless you've seen them, is basically my mantra. And I also don't like green-blue in Chaos Draft because you don't have enough removal. There's too many old sets that doesn't have removal. That's a good card though. Let's see what embalmed creature my opponent can get. Nothing. So they have it in their hand, I suppose. And we will not be sacrificing this. Play a land. I'm just going to go with Grey Merchant here and drain for 5. And then attack. And this should be game because blue-green doesn't have sweepers. And my opponent has too much to deal with. And then we'll get to 4. Haven't seen anything I want to board in Duress. Against Duress is my main sideboard card. I also have Tempest of Light, destroys all enchantments. Oh, they're Morphos Titanic Bulwark. It's a 7/4 trap, Morph for 7. Which is not something that I'm too scared about. So I'm just gonna submit and move on with my life. Bojuka Bog is not a card I'm going to be sideboarding in very often. Now this hand I'm going to mulligan. It's bad. Anyone can see how horrible this hand is. But also it's mulliganing again, so my opponent has been unlucky. Wow, this hand is better. If I draw a Swamp, I can play this Dross Golem, and I have a Heartstopper and 2 excellent 4-drops. I will take a plains, even though plains is awkward because it doesn't help me cast Dross Golem. I will eventually need land. So even though it's awkward, it's better than a non-land. So I'm not going to get too greedy. I think this Emeria Angel and Dark Bargain just wins me the game. I swear I'm not rigging my opponent's draws here. My opponent has been drawing very bad in both the drafts I've done. But they drew a land now. Okay. Relic Runner. Will I offer the trade for that? No, it's too bad. It's just gonna trade with the 1/1 token from Emeria Angel. And my opponent is playing green, so they have some large creatures. I can take some damage from this. Eventually I can through down the Scourge and Supplicant. This isn't Dominaria. My opponent is not going to be able to consistently play historic creatures. Frantic Search is a card I don't like too much in regular Cube. I like it in Vintage Cube. You can combo with Storm and High Tide and stuff like that, but in this format it's just not good. Gate and the Bulwarks. Okay. It's just card disadvantage. Yes, it costs basically 0 mana, but my opponent is down a card. No attack. Okay. So let's start by attacking here, and I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, yes, my opponent can have something, but if they don't, they're dead, and if they do, I still have other stuff to do. The Scarcity Supplicant doesn't do enough on this board. I mean, blocks Relic Runner, but it's already getting blocked by this. And yeah, sometimes you can't be afraid, especially when your opponent has Mulligan 6. And a lot of the counter spells are double blue anyway. Plays the Forest, okay. And what is this? Snake Armor. Okay, so it becomes a 3/2, and when it damages me, it gets to draw a card, and it also has makes when it dies, it comes back. So yeah, okay, my opponent gets to draw a card. I'm not gonna Chump Block. And next turn I can either block with Heartstopper or with the Supplicant. I'm just gonna attack with those, play it a little bit safe because I don't want my opponent to draw more cards. And then I think I'd rather trade off the Skurstock Supplicant. Although it is pretty powerful to make them lose 2, but I can also just block with Heartstopper. Then this comes back as a 2, and then the Supplicant is a better blocker than the Blood Speakers. Either way, my opponent's going to be needing something very impressive here too. So I think the correct way to do it is block the Heartstopper. I think a big creature, which is something I want to save the Heartstopper for, is not going to outrace my cards. There is no Settle the Wreckage, so I'm just going to attack with everything, and that will be good for me. Okay, alright. That's good. So I think it's fine. Because my opponent takes 6, and they are under pressure. Yeah, my opponent got unlucky. As usual. Round number 2 against Henki, and yeah, much better. I'm gonna have to go all in with this hand. I'm gonna play Raise the Alarm, probably have to cast Vampiric Embrace, but yeah, let's keep that. Fine card later in the game to maybe deal the last damage. Combines with this potentially. There is some arguments for main facing Raise the Alarm because of counter spells, but again, if they counter Raise the Alarm, I'm not too unhappy. Not a green-blue deck. Okay. Alright, now I wish I put Skurstock Supplicant on the bottom. But hey, I'm not a seer, I'm not psychic. I think Supplicant is pretty nice on turn 3. But we're not going to activate that anytime soon. Green-blue is not the greatest matchup for Vampiric Embrace because my opponent could have bounce spells. So maybe I want to sideboard that out. But it's also going to depend if we're going to see any bounce build this game. Oh, my opponent's played a scary card. So it's a 2/3, it can't be blocked as long as it's extraordinary other creatures. And when it comes back, we get to manifest 2 cards, and Jeske Infiltrator becomes one of those cards. Alright, so I am going to attack with this because it's for free. If my opponent blocks, they just bounce, and I can't block this card anyway. And I'm going to cycling this card because I need lands. So, but the plus side is that it's hard for them to hit me more than one time. It's going to hit me once, and get 2 2/2s, and I have to flip it up, and it's going to be hard for them to hit me more times. I guess there was some argument to not play the land, because if I draw planes, I could play Emir Angel and Swamp later, but then I would have to draw planes, I have to wait a turn, and it doesn't look good. And I did get through 2/3 damage by bluff attack last turn, so there is something good going on. And next turn I'm probably just going to slam Vampiric Embrace and go to town. If they have something, they have something. I just can't sit here and do nothing. Draw planes, I have to think a little bit more. If they are tapped out, I'm probably just going to slam a Mirror Angel, because it's very hard for a blue-green deck in a Chaos Draft to kill a 3/3 fly. I mean, you could have Claustrophobia, but that's not really a great answer to a Mirror Angel. So it's going to depend on what we draw. But my opponent is not the fastest player. Alright, we did draw the planes, but they didn't tap out. So I think I'm going to go Vampiric Embrace on a soldier. And the reason for that is that the Skurster Supplicant can block both the creatures, presumably, the Jeske Infiltrator or the morphed card, because unless this is a creature that can defeat this in combat, it's not going to work. And this also spreads out the risk. If my opponent has something, then they kill a lesser creature than the Skurster Supplicant. And if they have nothing else to do, they can morph up the Jeske Infiltrator, but I can block it. So okay, they have a Flash Flyer. Okay, it's fine. Mountain too. So yeah, could be splashing for a removal spell, but that's the risk I take, I suppose. And it's impossible for me to know which one of these is Jeske Infiltrator, so it would be a complete guessing game if I were to block. So I'm kind of happy my opponent did not attack. A real morph. Could be one of the Cons of Torquedo morphs, but who knows what it is. Okay, land is. I would prefer the planes, but what can you do? It's gonna fly over and oh, okay, that's a blowout. Well, there's not much I can do about that. I'll just eat my 1/1. That's a good card. I guess there's some arguments to not play the land because I want to deal them too, but I don't think I'm winning that way. Just gonna hope that somehow this Mirror Angel goes all the way. Attacking with everything. Alright. So I'm gonna block like this. I'm not in a position to play around anything here. If this is some large creature, you know, I just can't take the damage. I'm good. I have too few resources for that. If I don't block with a Mirror Angel, and this is like a large creature, then. Yeah. Okay, so it was Encrust and Jeska Infiltrator. It just dies. My opponent has to have something here. But I did get some value here. Pyroclasm. Okay, that was a blowout. And that. Well, I guess it is time to draw the demon. If we draw the demon next turn, maybe we can win. I think I may want to sideboard in Duress, just so I don't get hit by that Pyroclasm. Kills a lot of my creatures, and I could also maybe get a strategic planning or Encrust. So I think I'm going to put in Duress or something. Not sure exactly what. Alright, I can give it one more turn, I think. I get it for 6 because this switches power and toughness. It also has Shroud. It's probably one of the last sets before they introduced Hexproof. I really wish they would go back to Shroud. I think Shroud is more fun. Hexproof is just annoying. Alright, so. Gonna conceive even though I'm not there to land. I'm just winning this. So we want to put in Duress. And I think I'm going to take out the Vampiric Embrace, honestly. Put in Duress, and that's it. Alright, still think it's right to play first. This sounds okay. Drug Skeleton seems like it could be important. Against cards like Calcite Snap. And Absent Battle Piece is a very good card. But I will need to draw some spells. That's a spell, I suppose. Alright, so I will have to take Pyroclasm in consideration next turn. If I just run out Absent Battle Priest and my opponent has Pyroclasm, I get destroyed. So. Whereas now I have Regenerate. Alright, I'm gonna attack into that with Companion, and then I'm gonna have to reevaluate. Alright, so yeah. It's duress. I just don't want to get destroyed by Pyroclasm or Savage Tracer as it were. So he has the Infiltrator, Sentinels, Tangle Spider, but no blue mana. I'm gonna attack with both because I think it's worth it to deal 3 damage here and that regenerate. Okay. It's fine. And also Natuka Vigilante. So hopefully there's no blue mana here. Of course. Of course. That's unfortunate. Here I don't think I can. I think I can afford to attack and well, it's annoying. Tangle Spider is large. 3 cards with no mana fixing just getting there, I suppose. That could be anything. I suppose my opponent's just gonna flash in something. Forest and Outlast and I think I'm just gonna play Grey Merchant to keep the cards at bay. 23 is not gonna get much better, and Champion of Arasin is embarrassing in the face of these cards. There's the Flash Flyer. Alright. Just gonna play my creatures here. Can't really attack into Tangle Spider. And at some point, maybe we can get in there with Absent Battle Priest for a large life gain swing. Hoping to draw Grey Merchant. I'm hoping to draw Sengir Vampire, I mean. Ooh, that was a good draw. Good draw. Havoc Demon is great. Mind Rot is better than a Swamp. Actually, is it? No, Mind Rot doesn't do anything here. I think Swamp to help me cast Havoc Demon is better than Mind Rot. Mind Rot doesn't do anything. Especially if I don't take a Swamp, I can't even cast Mind Rot this time. So, my plan is to cast Havoc Demon and be in good shape. Hopefully this card can even survive. So we're gonna manifest something here. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've had some good draws lately, but my opponent has also been pretty lucky in his draws from the opening hand. No unmorphing or manifesting. Guess my opponent wants to keep me in the dark, which makes some sense, but the constraint on mana could get punished. But also, if they draw Pyroclasm, they may want to unmorph something. That's kind of cute. The problem is that I already have the demon in my hand, and when the demons enter, this is gonna not be dead, so that was an awkward draw. I'm just going to cast this. And they have Counterspell. Yeah, it's hard to beat this kind of draw from my opponent. Guess if I I draw Sengir Vampire, I may be able to do something. Okay. I guess I play that and so at what point do I attack with this? My opponent has a 2/3, so if I can get it to be 8 toughness, which is more than this is in 2 turns, I can attack. I can also attack if I desperately need a life, which I don't think I do just yet, but alright, never mind. Another insane draw for my opponent. I'm gonna keep that in my hand to deal 2. Guess I may as well. I don't really fear Pyroclasm too much, so probably just attack. Play it, but the Bloodspeaker doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna keep it in my hand to discard to this. Sifter Wormheart, I think we're dead. I don't think we have any outs anymore. My most beloved card from what's it called? Hour of Devastation. Man, it's called sweet. Scry 3, and then you get life equal to the top card's converted mana cost, which is hopefully Sandworm Convergence. Sweep away. Oh yeah, I remember that card. Deal my opponent 2, but. What just happened? Did I lose life? No. Hang on a second. I have to. Oh, it's each player loses 2 life. Okay. Well, I learned a harsh lesson, I suppose. I thought it was target opponent. Okay. Well, probably gonna not draft that card too high. This game was over anyway. I wasn't winning this game anyway. So. Let's edit my deck. I don't think it's gotta be a better card. And Midnight cards probably is better than. Probably fun to play the resin. Helps me dig my way to this card. So I forgot. I thought that card dealt my opponent too. Maybe that was probably been too good. All right, this hand is fine, but it's a bit all in. Gonna play an unblockable card, put an aura on it, or maybe play Otherworld Journey. And if my opponent has something, probably lose. I want to leave with Swamp in case I draw Skittering Heartstopper, because if I draw Skittering Heartstopper, I want to play it and be able to give Death Touch. So that's something you want to think about if you got Skittering Heartstopper in your deck. Can't really say I like what's going on in this game. All right, same color combination, same perfect mana. Every game. Alright. That card is also unbeatable. That's cool. Alright. This taps a creature and puts a -/- on the counter on it. So that beats the Vampiric Embrace on its own. We don't really have removal spells. Checks it's not a rogue. We don't have too many removal spells to deal with that. Alright, it's dead anyway. Might as well mine right now. I mean, I have to play for best case scenario, and best case scenario for me to win this game is to draw a couple of spells in a row, and then I don't have time to wait for mine. I think I'm just gonna have to do it now. And yeah, this card is tough to beat. It was very good in Mirrodin Besieged, and it's pretty good too now, I have to imagine. And we didn't draft this figure. Okay, that's maybe an answer at some point. Because if they kill it, or I kill it somehow, kills the Anatomist. That's not bad. I actually think I'm gonna wait on that, and the reason is that if my opponent has a counterspell, they have to waste mana on their turn. And there's not too many tulips I want to play anyway into the Anatomist, so I think I'm fine waiting. Okay, so it's a 3/3 that changes colors. Okay, fair enough. Ooh, I'm gonna take the Myriad Angel for sure. And then either Unburden or Raise the Alarm. I don't think Raise the Alarm is gonna do a ton here. So I'm gonna take Unburden. And play. Ooh, there was one of my outs. So play Myriad Angel. Play a land. Yes. And now I can kill the Anatomist. If they have a shock, it becomes a blowout, but can't play scared. There's not too many red spells that kill anything here. Oh, we're back in the game all of a sudden. Suddenly things are looking okay. I mean, they have to kill a Mirror Maiden now, and they did. Okay. At least they didn't have a dragon. But now I can play a Havoc Demon. I don't want to block because I'm not in a huge pressure, and this thing can maybe carry a Vampiric Embrace. Actually, there are some 4-spike variants, so I'm going to play my land. It's not too many cards that kill a 5. I think the reason my opponent discarded this was because it didn't have double red. Yes, they had an Unknown Shores, but only 4 lands. And an Unknown Shore, 5 lands with an Unknown Shores, and they need 6. Okay, well, that's fine. Alright, so now I can start by attacking. I can play Havoc Demon with Otherworldly and red. I could also cast Unburden, but feel like we're in good shape here. Can't be too many good cards in my opponent's hand. Because they would have played the cards already. But maybe I want to unburden just in case they have some kind of double red card. Okay, so that's a Island Walker, so it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cycle Unburden, although it's they can't kill this with 2 mana. Yeah, that was a good draw too. 9. I would like to cost Vampiric Embrace and Grey Merchant. I could do both, but then I can't blink Havoc Demon. But I don't think they can do much anyway. But yeah. I'm gonna wait. I think if I keep Overworld Journey up, I can't lose this game. So this is a drain for 4. It's still lethal next turn with Vampiric Embrace. Or with Otherworld Journey. I think Mind Rot might have won me the game. The fact that I cast it at the time I did really helped me to win this game, because I wouldn't have had time to cast it any other time. And I can block here pretty fearlessly. Okay. Because I have the blink spell anyway. So that's gonna kill that, but I, of course I have the Underworld Journey. So that is fine by me. I don't want to show them Vampiric Embrace. Although I may sideboard it out against a Void Snare. Alright. What? My opponent just conceded an entire match. Okay, what the heck? My opponent conceded a match. Alright, it's their they have a right to do that. Alright. Thank you for watching.